Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing a DC Universe's Classics review of Wave 3, Figure 2, Deathstroke. Now, a little information about Deathstroke. Deathstroke was part of the Army, and underwent certain procedures that allowed him to use, I believe, 90% of his brain capacity. Now, in addition to this, he got superhuman speed and superhuman strength, and he's also a well-trained, deadly fighter. Now, instead of rejoining the army, he decided to become a mercenary / assassin, and has been the villain for many superheroes, most notably the Teen Titans, because of the Teen Titans show. And in that, he was called Slade, which is actually his first name. Now, that's about all you really need to know about Deathstroke. Let's get into the figure itself, and I really don't need to show you the Wave 3 packaging, so might as well just get rid of that. Falcon Punch! There we go. Now onto the figure itself. There's two versions of this figure. There's the masked version and the unmasked version. I have the unmasked version. The masked version is just kind of like a Spider-Man-like mask, only down the center, one side's orange and one side's bluish-black. Yeah. Anyways, now one of the great things about Deathstroke is he has a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of nice accessories. So let's get into those. The first one let's do is his staff. Now, it's kind of thin, and it is nicely detailed, but however, it doesn't hook onto the back of his clip that well, so I don't really care for it that much. The next would be the rifle right here. Now, the rifle is, on paper, awesome. Unfortunately, and this is with all Deathstroke figures, is it's going to be bent in some way, like the stock right here. If you can see that, that's curved and bent. You know, I've been trying to unbend it, but it just won't do it. And the clip right here is also bent. You can see that. Probably not. Now the strap here can come off at both ends, like so, or you can just keep it on and hook it around his shoulder. Whichever one you choose is up to you. Next would be his sword. Now here's his sword there. It's kind of short, still deceiving because you would think it would be a little bit longer because of this sheath. But it is a nice little sword. It's kind of cute, so that's another weapon. And the best weapon, I think, or at least the best little accessories, on his side here, he has a sidearm, a pistol. You just unclip that pretty tight, and you can take the pistol out. Now, the pistol is very nice. I like the fact that he can actually put it in the holster. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in his hand that well, so it's not the best for display. But at least they added it on, and you can actually take it out instead of it being fixated on there. So, with that said, let's talk about articulation. Move this out of the way. Now, Slade has all the general articulation that all the DC Universe classic figures have. Unfortunately, because of all the bells and whistles he has, he does have some limited mobility. For example, because of the sheath and the gun holster, you can't move his legs out that much without actually getting stopped by the sheath or the gun holster, which is a disadvantage. But besides that, his overall articulation stays the same. Now, this ammo clip thing right here, you would think it would get in the way somehow, but really doesn't. But yes, all his articulation is the same as the others, but unfortunately the belt, the sheath, and the holster does limit his mobility. Now, with that said, let's get into the overall look of the figure, in my opinions, as the figure on a whole. Okay? Okay, here's Deathstroke in a nice little pose right there. Now, Deathstroke is very nice out of the Wave 3 figures because he will surprise you. He's very detailed. In addition to that, he also has very good accessories on him. Now, let's go into the detailing first. And let's start at the shirt. Now, very much like Aquaman's shirt, it had studs on it. But the studs are only on the low half of the abdomen and also on the bicep-tricep area. It is not on the pectoral region or the shoulder area. So, it's kind of cool how they cut them off half and half. It looks like cool armor. Now, like I said, they are studs and they do have a chainmail-like look. You may not be able to see it on my camera, but it looks very nice. They used a black ink wash on it to give it kind of a shadowing-like feel. Now, in addition to that, the head mold, if you get this version, is pretty nice. It's a very well-sculpted mold. The skin tone is nice. The only complaint I have with it is the fact that the hair is kind of They put blue in it. Now, I'm not sure if, that's to make it stand out more or to give it kind of a shadowing aspect, but they would have been better off just putting black in there first. So, I don't like that. However, that's just a minor detail. The head mold is very nice. Now, again, the alternate version has a mask on it. Now, you can look at the back of any of the Wave 3 boxes and just see what the mask looks like. Again, it's a standard Deathstroke-like mask, so there you go. Now, in addition to all that nice little detail, the figure is very accurate to its comic book counterpart, down to the boots, the belt, the shirt, the ammo clip, everything. They put a lot of thought into this figure. Now, the colors are very nice, and they match up well. The navy blue to the dark blue with the orange in there. On the whole, it just matches well. I like also all the weapons, the guns, the swords, even the staff. The staff does annoy me because it doesn't always stay in his hand. It doesn't always stay on the clip. But then again, if you're using him for display, then you really don't have to worry about that because you just clip it in. It's not like you're going to be playing around with him. Now, I do wish that the gun wouldn't be so crooked. Maybe that's because of the packaging, but I don't know. And I would like it if the pistol would fit in his hand a little bit better. Maybe that's just me, but I'm going to keep the pistol in the holster. Now, on a whole, Deathstroke, as a figure, he's a surprising figure. If you have a choice between him masked or unmasked, I suggest the unmasked because it looks like it has more detailing in the face. Now, again, he is a very surprising and nice figure, and I suggest if anyone sees him to pick him up. I'm not sure if you would want to go out of your way online to buy him, but I mean, if you see him online for about $10, I mean, that's a fair price. Again, he's a surprisingly good figure. You can put him into some nasty poses, especially with the multiple weapons he has. So, I guess that's a big advantage, too. So, let's just give you guys an overall look. Again, he's a good figure. I think he's one of the better of the Wave 3 figures, yet I still haven't got Sinister yet, so I have to get him, and then I'll have the full set. I think out of the Wave 3, I think he's tied with Green Lantern. He's actually I think he's maybe a little bit better than Green Lantern. I don't quite like him as much as I like Nightwing or Robin, but still. He has all the nice little bells and whistles and all the detailing, and it just shows that even in the later waves, they still add that little detail in, which makes the DC Universe Classic figures nice. So, pick them up, and just for your information, where you can pick up the DC Universe Classics figures if you are looking for them, because a lot of people have trouble. I mainly go to Target. When I went to Target once, I found him, a bunch of Nightwings, a bunch of Robins, and a bunch of Green Lanterns. Now, you can also go to Newbury Comics with stocks up on them, but not quite as much as, say, Target does. In addition to that, the figures are just overall rare, and they're not distributed well, So, don't bother going to Walmart. Walmart's not going to have it. Toys R Us may have a few of them, and I don't know about KB Toys. I haven't found any of them there. But don't bother with Walmart. Walmart doesn't stock up on them. Target's probably your best bet for the newer waves. Online or Newbury Comics is your best bet for the older waves. Okay, so, gave you that little information. With that said, Deathstroke, surprisingly good Wave 3 figure. Definitely up there with them. And I suggest you pick him up if you see him. With that said, I'm going to end the review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.